All right, I'm going to need your guys' help here because there's going to be a decent amount of Kevin Durant fans that are going to click this video, then click off of it after maybe a minute or 2 minutes and immediately dislike this video. So please like this video so my channel doesn't get destroyed by those Kevin Durant fans. And if you're a Kevin Durant fan that didn't do that, I appreciate you in being objective. Also, make sure to check up the Laced Up podcast. There's going to be a new episode up tomorrow. And now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Kevin Durant is by far one of the greatest NBA players that I've ever seen, if not the greatest. And he does have a legitimate argument of being one of the greatest NBA players in NBA history in terms of being absolutely unguardable. The man is literally 7 feet tall, but he's trying to conceal that from the world and could easily score on any player guarding him. And that's the simplest way to put it. But when you compare Kevin Durant to the other great basketball players of previous generations, players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there's one thing that sets Kevin Durant 100% apart from all of them. And I guess except for early career LeBron James, because early career LeBron James was kind of like this too. But while Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were famous for completely shunning the media and not giving them the light of day, while LeBron James is notorious for not giving Skip Bayless an iota of attention, you have Kevin Durant, who is one of the best players in the NBA, a player that is definitely going to be a billionaire by the time his career is over, especially when you look at this man's investments. Like, the guy invested in Coinbase in the early stages of its inception. Like, this guy's going to be a billionaire easily. He's won multiple NBA championships. He's won a NBA MVP and NBA Rookie of the Year, and he's a perennial all-star. That's before we mention the fact that he is the face of a large market team, and he's so freaking good that when he decided to join the paltry Brooklyn Nets, they literally assembled the Avengers the moment that he returned from injury. I'm not kidding. When Kyrie Irving was there by himself, did you see players accepting buyouts to go over there? I'm sure that's a matter of circumstance as well, but what I'm trying to say is Kevin Durant is so freaking good, and NBA players like him, and he's pretty much the king of the NBA. But what's absolutely baffling to me, and we've seen this in the past, and we're seeing it more and more over the past month, is Kevin Durant's usage of the media. I mean, how could a guy that's literally one of the kings of the NBA and has everything that most people would ever want in the NBA, from financial stability to the hardware, be so sensitive and affected by the media? While LeBron James is shunning Skip Bayless, Kevin Durant is getting into spats with Shannon Sharpe and Michael Rappaport. So Shannon Sharpe on Undisputed, which, bear in mind, his co-host on Undisputed is Skip Bayless, and these two dudes literally have the goal of trying to say whatever is wacky enough to trend on social media, goes out and says,
if LeBron James is the GOAT, I beat the GOAT twice and hit the shots in his building, what does that make me?
Now, here's the issue. Kevin Durant never said these words, and I'm sure if Shannon Sharpe phrased it in a different way, like if he said, if I'm KD, I'm thinking to myself that if LeBron James is the GOAT, I beat the GOAT twice and I hit the shot in this building, that would be a little bit different. But he said that Kevin Durant directly quoted it. Clearly, the millennial intern that is doing Undisputed's research for them really messed this up, and as a result, it kind of made Shannon Sharpe look bad. But at the same time, if you really just dive in a little deeper, is what Shannon Sharpe said about KD really that bad? He's trying to elevate Kevin Durant's name over here, if you really think about it. Yes, of course, he was misquoted, and as a result, you shouldn't put words in someone's mouth, especially if they've never said it. But if Kevin Durant just didn't say anything, the media will say, oh, Kevin Durant thinks he's the GOAT now. Those conversations will start to begin where people are starting to ask, is Kevin Durant worthy of being in GOAT talks? But instead, Kevin Durant decided to take a different approach and acknowledge it, and he has a right to do this because, of course, those words were never said. And I think what my issue here is the fact that you're one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but he doesn't act like he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Now, bear in mind, Michael Jordan had many people criticizing him when the Jordan rules came out. Oh, scratch that. Michael Jordan got a lot of hate when The Last Dance came out. Kobe Bryant had the Colorado incident, and of course his little feud with Shaq, and many other turbulent moments in his career as well, and pretty much created a brand based off of the fact that he doesn't care about what the media thinks of him. And once again, LeBron James has shunned Skip Bayless, who has literally become the most highest paid sports reporter just based off of his ability to hate LeBron James, despite getting ignored by LeBron James. Now, Kevin Durant decided to take a different approach. The man that has multiple burner accounts responded saying, "Y'all drunk uncle out here lying again. When did I say this?" Kevin Durant then continues to call out Shannon Sharpe, saying that he went on TV responding to the quote like he actually said this. And bear in mind, this is a fake quote that circulated online 5 months ago. Now, what Shannon Sharpe responded to this was brilliant, and it gives you an idea of what Skip and Shannon's goals are. It's not necessarily to bring you brilliant analysis, more it's to get a reaction out of players because that gets their name trending in the media, which gets them more attention. It's like the saying goes, any publicity is good publicity. So Shannon just hits KD in a spot where he is extremely sensitive by saying, y'all remember the fake account when Kevin Durant said, now everybody want to play for the Heat and Lakers, let's go back to being competitive and going at these peoples, then joins the 73-9 Warriors and builds the Nets into a superpower with Kyrie and Harden. OMG. And of course, Kevin Durant's going to respond to this and calls out Shannon for not responding to him directly. Then Shannon reacts to him by saying that if he wants to talk, they could talk in person and not go back and forth on social media, before Shannon Sharpe ends up blocking KD. Kevin Durant then tweets this out and calls himself sensitive. And while you might be thinking, okay, Mike, this is like a week old, why are you talking about this? Well, we got another Kevin Durant moment today, and a lot of you guys tweeted me about this Kevin Durant moment, and I'm going to show you two clips. I'm going to show you the clip that people are using to take things out of context, and then I'm going to show you the full clip. So here's the clip that people are taking out of context.
Kyrie, James,
who?
James,
Harden,
Steph, Clay. And I'm gonna go Serge Ibaka.
Damn.
I thought somebody else was going to go into that from LA, but that's
all right, so
I forgot somebody.
So you see, people took this and ran away with it because people love doing this. The media likes distorting information and tricking people. And well, thankfully, I'm not one of those individuals, because a little while later, Kevin Durant was reminded that he played with Russell Westbrook, and he said, oh yeah, Russell Westbrook's definitely on there.
Yeah, to me, I thought you was going to say, I ain't even going. This game like mine.
I did forget about Russ. Russ would definitely be top 5.
Okay. So we take the Serge Ibaka ass out of it.
Definitely.
Oh, because I was about to say, Kev.
Yeah, I was tripping.
I was about to say, Kev, if it's some underlying beef, we won't go call Russell up right now.
You should have called. I'm glad you called me out on that, because I'm tripping.
You know what I mean? I know. You know. Listen, we living in the world where it's those social media things.
I would put. As a matter of fact, I would put Russ after 4th and put Clay 5th. So Russ before Clay.
Here's my thing though. If you're a NBA player, how do you remember playing with Serge Ibaka before you remember playing with your former MVP teammate and all-star, a person that you got into multiple beefs over and still can't really look in the eye in Russell Westbrook? Why even go about your business this way? Why even try to start something this way? This is a very similar pattern of behavior that Kyrie Irving also engages in as well, where he'll just go out and say something completely bizarre just so he could stir up the media pot, and I feel like it's something that they just get some sort of pleasure of of doing, and the media obviously is going to take it and run away with it because they want a headline. But what bothers me about this is, dude, you're Kevin freaking Durant. What are you doing arguing with Michael Rappaport in Instagram DMs? What are you doing acknowledging Shannon Sharpe's existence? What are you doing trying to shade your teammate that you left over 5 years ago? Like, it's been a while. You're in a good place right now. Your team is in contention. You've won multiple championships. You're an MVP. You're a future billionaire. Why engage in this is my question. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this. I just had to talk about this to you guys, and maybe it's because news is a little slow, or maybe it's because, well, it's time that I talked about it. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.